So, we are continuing from my last podcast on the series Rahu, Shani, and Black Magic. Continuing from my yesterday's podcast, today's question is, how does the black magician takes control of your mind? This is a very deep question with many dimensions to it, because there are many ways through which the black magician can access control of your mind. Have you driven a car with manual transmission? If you have, then you must be aware that when you start your car, first you put the first gear, then after a while you put the second gear, then after some time you put third gear, and as the speed scales up you put the fourth gear, and when the speed is perfect to switch over to the fifth gear, you finally pull in the fifth gear, and the car is in full swing, flying, and no more just running. Similarly, the black magician begins with the very first gear. Then when first gear makes no sense, he or she pulls in the second gear, meaning more intensity in his black magic rituals. When second is also not enough and you are still not coming in his or her control, the third gear, more effort, more higher, darker energies are called for. And when still things are not happening as his or her wish, they finally call for the most dangerous spirits. This is the most terrific part, because now they put all their energy to ensure that you are controlled by hook or crook. And so, fourth gear is then pulled in, and when the matter goes to the point where you should be finally killed, they pull the fifth gear. This is the most dirtiest black magic ritual, performed in the most brutal manner. Generally, the fifth gear cases are rare to occur, mainly because they are too expensive. The black magician may demand thousands or millions of rupees in return to perform the most dreadful black magic, the fifth gear black magic. And not everybody has that kind of money to spend. Generally, this kind of black magic, to kill somebody or to compel somebody to commit suicide, is only done by a man or woman who has that much of money to spend on. In plain terms, it is called supari. Supari means a token, a commitment taken from the black magician that he will execute the task of killing the man or woman at any cost. So generally, the fifth gear black magic of indirectly killing someone is rarely executed, because it costs millions. And so, even though many negative, stupid, idiotic men and women may really want to go for it, still they cannot, because they do not have that much money. So, generally, the whole black magic play is active between the first gear and the fourth gear, meaning the best level of black magic to the intermediate level of black magic. Taking control of your mind is called Vanshikaran. This is an Indian word which means taking control of the man or woman you seek. One has to understand that the whole universe is connected. I am connected with you all, you are connected with me, and this is how the whole universe is, the whole world of living beings is all connected. In reality, we all are connected. We are all connected to everyone and everything in the universe. Therefore, everything one does as an individual affects the whole. Einstein calls this universe as the whole. All thoughts, words, images, prayers, blessings, and deeds are listened to by all that is. The beauty of relativity is beyond the power of expression. Subconsciously, we all are connected. The moment this realization manifests through your consciousness, you become a yogi, a Buddha. A black magician can connect, but to connect with the target victim, he or she needs certain things, a certain belongings of that targeted victim. Whereas a yogi doesn't need anything to connect. He is truly an evolved soul. With just name, he can connect, he can search, he can reveal, just the way your Google search box works. The true yogi is deeply connected. He is perfectly aware that the whole universe is connected. Albert Einstein says, nothing happens until something moves. When something vibrates, the electrons of the entire universe resonate with it. Because everything is connected. It all depends on how you put to use the powers or the knowledge or the wisdom you have gained so far in your journey of life. Buddha is aware, he is switched on, so the connection is felt by him. And Buddha uses this connectivity to bring positive change among his people, his devotees, his disciples. Black magician is also aware of this connectivity. He too is switched on, but unfortunately, he uses this connectivity to cause harm, to break marriages, to break relationships, to bring utter miseries to the human beings, and all he does this for the sake of money. People can do anything for money. Remember this. Judas sold Jesus for 30 silver coins. Can you imagine? And Judas was the closest disciple of Jesus. It always happens. The betrayal always comes from that person who has been very close to you. It always happens. History has been witness to many such real life incidents. Buddha can feel the connectivity. The black magician can also feel the connectivity. The energy that enables the feeling of being connected is the same. But the difference between Buddha and the black magician is significant. Buddha's whole being is positive, loving, and forgiving. The whole being of Buddha is filled with unconditional love and selflessness, while The black magician is total negative and full of hate and utterly selfish. Black magic is the magic that is performed by a person who has not thrown out his negativity. And so, such a person always uses the powers that he or she has gained to harm, to cause pain, to cause misery to others than otherwise. The master says black magic is nothing but when a man has accumulated thought energy without throwing out his negativity beforehand. And white magic is nothing but when a man has attained too much of thought energy and has based his total being on a positive attitude. The energy with negativity becomes black, and the same energy with positivity becomes white magic. The hand that holds the power, the energy, can either harm you or heal you. Jesus healed many people. Jesus healed a blind man, a diseased woman. Jesus healed many men and women. But that was Jesus. His magic was a white magic because his whole being was positive, was divine, was love. But a negative man uses the same energy to make others blind, cause health issues and many miseries to others. You see the difference? The energy is the same. What matters above all is who is using it and what is the intention. Vashikaran, which is taking control of the mind of the person one seeks, is a very dangerous black magic. And if it is cast on you and you fall for it, then you simply become a puppet. Your mind is totally taken over by the woman or man who has paid to the black magician. This is how it works. A woman likes a man. She wants him. But she also wants to ensure that the man never goes away from her, that he always remains under her command. Then, to make this happen, she visits a black magician, a tantric. Then she tells the black magician her expectation. The black magician starts working to make this happen, to ensure that the man she seeks comes in total control of her command. This is called Vanshikaran. But to make this happen, the black magician first have to get control of the man's mind. What are the ways through which the black magician can take control of the man's mind? There are many ways, but before that, the black magician has to get connected with the target man that the woman seeks. To get connected, the black magician or the tantric may demand one or all of the following items. The first item that he would want is the man's photo. The second is the man's full name. The third point is the man's mother name, because certain black magicians see the mother as the direct source through which the connection can be made. For example, there can be many men with the name Akash, but a specific Akash can be tracked down when his mother's name is shared along with his father's name. But mother's name is very important. That makes the black magician's job easy to get connected with the targeted victim. The fourth point is the man's shirt or pant or any cloth that he has been using lately. Always remember, the clothes that you wear, even though you wash them daily, still they hold your body vibrations. Those vibrations never go away, and the black magician is perfectly aware of this fact. And so he uses these used clothes of yours because those clothes have absorbed your vibrations, which the black magician can easily use to cast his magic spell on you. The fifth point is the man's hair or nails, because every part of your body has your vibrations to it. Hair is a direct part of your body. For the magician, getting any part of the body is a quick, very quick access to your mind. He can easily target you and get your mind in his control. The sixth point is the man's blood or sweat, because even those can be a very, very easy means for the magician to get connected and control the man's mind. And the seventh point is the man's house. If the black magician can get the address of the house where the man resides, it becomes a very easy ride for the black magician to target you or the man and execute his plan to get control of his mind. So these are around 6 to 7 items that the black magician often demands so as to get control of the victim, of the target. The black magician has attained certain powers through which he takes control of certain ghosts, certain negative souls whom he uses to his benefit. These ghosts are under his command. So, if he says, go to a certain man and ensure that they come under the command of the woman who has paid to the black magician to practice the Vashikaran, meaning to get the man she seeks under her control. So the black magician tells the negative souls to go and get hold of that man and ensure that man comes under the command of that woman who had paid to the black magician. So always remember, the black magician is just a man who is executing. The real culprit, the real villain, or the real person who is responsible is the woman who pays to the black magician, or the person who pays to the black magician to get his or her motive achieved. And so, when the black magician commands the ghosts to go and take the targeted man in control, the ghosts asks for certain clue, certain address to identify the targeted victim. It is then that the black magician provides the ghost souls with the items such as the clothes of that man, or the hair, or the nail, or as mentioned earlier, all those items and the address of that man's house, all these things are provided to that ghost soul. And then the soul is asked to execute the orders and do the job that he is supposed to do. It generally takes a week or a month for the ghost soul who has been cast by the means of black magic rituals to reach the actual victim, and then the play begins. Then slowly, the targeted man starts behaving exactly the way the woman had wanted to. Then the targeted man becomes a puppet in the hand of that woman. He simply follows all her commands. This is how Vanshikaran takes place. It is a very dangerous world. Many lovers come to black magicians to seek their ex-lovers by means of Vanshikaran. Many married women come to the black magicians to make their husbands a puppet in their hands by means of Vanshikaran. Many people use this Vanshikaran black magic means to attain their goals. Many times it happens that a married man falls in love with the other woman, and the wife keeps wondering what happened suddenly. My husband was never like this. He used to love me very much, but how come suddenly he is now falling apart? How come he is now planning to move away from me, to divorce me? And the answer is Vanshikaran. The other woman may have played her card of Vanshikaran through the means of black magic, that now her husband has become a puppet of the other woman. So many such things happen in human life. Today we learned about the Vanshikaran ritual. Tomorrow we will see another ritual of black magic, another act of black magic. As mentioned earlier, this is a prolonged series and there are many things to come up as this series of podcast Shani, Rahu and black magic continues. Stay tuned as this journey of revealing the many black magic secrets and the relation of Rahu Shani comes along. Meditate.